Okay, I found something wild this week, and I literally could not wait to talk about it.
Welcome to Locally Hosted. We cover AI, machine learning, developer tools, and tech infrastructure.
Today's article claims most agent tutorials are lying to you by mixing up two totally different jobs.
Exactly. Microsoft's new blueprint splits agent development into a coding agent for building and a runtime agent for running.
Wait, so you're telling me the thing that writes the agent is different from the thing the customer talks to?
Yes, the coding agent is build time. It produces code, configs, and tests. The runtime agent is what actually operates in production.
That actually makes so much sense. I've been confused why my agents behave inconsistently.
Because you were trying to do both at once. Microsoft's framework ties them together, but the secret ingredient is a file called a skill.
A skill, like a skill tree in a video game, or something else?
Think of it as a structured contract. It teaches the coding agent your specific framework, conventions, and domain rules before it writes code.
Okay, so without the skill, the coding agent is just writing generic code?
Precisely. Without it, GitHub Copilot is a fluent generalist. With it, it becomes a domain-aware specialist writing professional-grade code.
But here's where it gets even crazier. How do you actually start this build process?
You start with requirements and planning. You need a real business pain, not just let's build an agent.
Right, because let's build an agent is the worst prompt ever. What's the example they use?
They use a fictional company called ZavaShop. The pain point is a supervisor named May getting interrupted 60 times a day.
Okay, so the agent needs to answer stock-level questions for May. That's a clear, concrete goal.
Exactly. And you need acceptance criteria, like P95 latency under 4s and wrong tool rate under 5% on the eval set.
I love that. Most tutorials skip the metrics. They just say it works. But here, we have hard numbers.
And you need fixtures, realistic data. ZavaShop provides 5 warehouses, 10 SKUs, 6 POs, and 8 suppliers.
So the coding agent isn't reasoning in a vacuum. It's working with actual, consistent datasets.
Yes. Every artifact generated is anchored to this shared fixture set. This keeps numbers consistent across the entire system. The look card. The skill file lives in your repo. It contains scope, framework idioms, code patterns, and anti-patterns.
Anti-patterns. So it tells the AI what not to do?
Yes. For example, don't hard-code the model name or don't write inline mock dicks. It's a guardrail for quality.
That's brilliant. It's like having a senior dev reviewing every line before it's even committed.
Exactly. And it includes acceptance heuristics. How to map your business criteria to runnable checks like smoke tests.
So the coding agent outputs a bundle of artifacts: code, agent definitions, workflows, skills, and tests.
Right. This bundle flows through validation and into Microsoft Foundry. That's where the runtime agent lives.
Wait. So the runtime agent is what the business actually operates?
Yes. It's the agent that plans, reasons, calls tools, remembers users, and delivers outcomes in production.
I see. So the coding agent is the architect. The runtime agent is the building.
Perfect analogy. And the skill is the blueprint that ensures the architect builds what the client actually needs.
But it gets better. How does this handle updates? What if the framework changes?
The skill is versioned with the codebase. When the framework releases a new idiom, you update the skill once.
So every agent built afterward picks it up automatically? That solves convention drift.
Exactly. It's the single biggest reason convention drift disappears. You don't have to teach every new agent from scratch.
And this supports both Python and .NET. You can pick the language your team will run in production?
Yes. Both are first-class citizens. You define the skill, and the coding agent generates the code in your chosen language.
This feels like a massive shift from prompt and pray to structured engineering.
It is. It turns a generic copilot into a domain-aware engineer. It's about professional code, not ChatGPT-shaped code.
So the takeaway is, separate the build from the run and use a skill to bridge them.
Correct. The skill is the contract that ensures your build time output matches your runtime requirements.
All right, that's all we got this week. If this blew your mind, come back next time. We'll probably break it again.
Subscribe to Locally Hosted for more deep dives. Original source is linked in the description.
Thanks for listening. Stay local, stay curious.